Coming up on Chicago Bears Now, Luke Getsy thinks that Justin Fields in this offense could be something special. We're going to dive into that. And could the Bears be without some key defensive players on Sunday against the Broncos? How big of a challenge does that pose going up against the equally desperate Denver team? And then help us out. Subscribe to the channel. We're 485 subscribers away from 74,000. That'd be awesome to get there by kickoff on Sunday. So hit that sub button if you want more Bears content. I'm Harrison Graham. Coming up on today's show, we'll kick things off with this. Luke Getsy, is he confident? Is he delusional? We'll dive in here as he told reporters on Thursday that he believes the Bears offense can, quote, build something special. Let's see what Getsy had to say on this Bears offense right now. He said, I think we're in the process of building something special. I think we're in the phase of it's week 3 going into week 4, and we're going on to find a way to attack Denver in a completely different way than we did Kansas City. That's a week-to-week challenge that you have. It's a 17-week process. It is not a 3-week process. So there's a lot of like mumbo-jumbo in there. It takes 17 weeks. It's a process. Well, here's the only problem I have. What evidence do we have that this offense could be something special? Like, 0-3 aside, like, what have we seen through these 3 games that make you think, okay, like it's not all clicking, but the signs are there? I've seen nothing to suggest that this offense could sustain anything even in a positive direction, much less be something special. Have you seen anything that suggests that this team could be on the verge of going on a nice run offensively here? Like, sure, there's been isolated plays and isolated drives, but have the Bears put 2 good drives back-to-back together at any point this season? I'll answer the question for you. The answer is no. So why are we supposed to believe that they're building something special? Is it impossible for that to happen? No, but for them to say that to the fan base, I think is tone deaf. How about this? We've sucked so far this year. We're working our ass off to fix it. It's a process. I think we're building something special. What? Started from the bottom, now we're here? I mean, it sounds good when Drake sings it, but my God, I mean, this has just been atrocious so far. Do you have any faith in Luke Getsy at this point? Type Y for yes, type in for no. Be real with me. I mean, I don't. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but for me to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, something special, we're just around the corner, baby. I don't see it. Y for yes, in for no. Let me know what you guys think. More from Getsy on Justin Fields specifically here. He said, our expectations have always been the same. It's about getting better every single week and making sure that he's mastering what we're doing from our perspective and being the leader of that unit. And I think he's doing a really nice job in the midst of a lot of shit right now. I do agree with that. There's a lot going on. He's manning up and taking a leadership role for these guys. So it's been good to see him be able to put it on his shoulders and be that guy that wants to help make this thing get right. And look, I have no doubts that Justin Fields is what you want in a leader and that he has the off-the-field intangibles to be a franchise quarterback. But the bottom line is it's about on-field production, being competitive, and winning games. Hell, just taking steps in the right direction. We're not even seeing that. Like what Ryan Poles said, we need to see improvement. Luke Getsy, we want to see improvement. Like, you're not even getting that. Like that's not even a huge bar. Like, it's year 3. It should look better than it does, which is why I continue to say how can it look worse? I know you've had some O-line injuries, but you've added more talent this year. It shouldn't look worse, and that's why I still do have to question the play calling and the coaching, and obviously Fields himself as well. Like, how does this look worse at this point than it did last year? I do not understand, and that's why, to be honest, this feels like a make or break week for Justin Fields and if he's going to be able to turn a corner here. Because if the Bears offense cannot get going this week against Denver that gave up 70 points last week against Miami, when will they? Doesn't mean it's never going to happen, but if it doesn't happen now, the answer might be never. This is as good of an opportunity as you have with your backs against the wall to go out there and do something. Because the bottom line is so far, it's been underwhelming at best. It's been flat out disappointing and just piss poor if we're being completely honest. So Fields has got to play better. Getsy's got to coach better. Receivers got to be better. No one could get separation against Kansas City. I mean, even DJ Moore had a poor game overall, for being completely honest. So it's a big week, man. You got to go out there and score some points against a bad Denver team right now. Otherwise, this could really shift in a poor direction. All right, coming up in just a few moments are some key defenders going to be out on Sunday. Plus, I just got a little bit of a rant to build off what we were just talking about. So all of that is just around the corner. But first, we got to talk about our sponsor today, and that is PrizePicks. If you're looking to spice up your game days, and why wouldn't you with how boring the Bears have been so far, get started with PrizePicks. PrizePicks is a skill-based, real money daily fantasy sports game. If you're looking for more fun ways to spend your Sundays, look no further than PrizePicks. So how does it work, you ask? Well, you pick 2 to 6 players, and if they will go for more or less than their PrizePicks projections, you can win up to 25 times your money on any single entry. What's cool about PrizePicks, too, is you're not competing against other people. It's just you versus the projections available instead of battling thousands of other players, including some sharks and some pros as well. I love this pick, too, for this matchup on Sunday. Justin Fields more on the passing yards. Believe it or not, he's thrown for over 200 yards in 2 of the first 3 games, and you're playing a Denver team that's not exactly lighting it up right now, so I like him to hit that number. And then Russell Wilson, we're going to talk about the Bears secondary in a second. It's banged up. Russ has actually played pretty good this year. I think he hits that more than 230 yards and change as well. 20 to win 60 here. I feel good about cashing home here. And plus, when you sign up at prizepicks.com/CLNS, use the code CLNS to get a $100 deposit match, up to $100, I should say. If you put in 20, they'll give you 20. If you put in 50, they'll give you 50. The point is, they'll double your deposit up to $100, not beyond that. So keep that note in mind as well. One more time, it's prizepicks.com/CLNS, prizepicks.com/CLNS, code CLNS. That link and promo code in the description and comments of this video. All right, before we talk injury report, is anyone else just exhausted from the coach speak? I don't want to say I'm tired of the positivity. Like, they need to remain positive and give these players hope. Like, I get that. But, like, just the stuff we're hearing every single week, I mean, it gets old. Like, these are just snippets of quotes we've heard this week. Matt Eberflus, we're close. Close to what? Close to being competitive against a bad Denver team, maybe? Like, maybe. You're not close to being good, though. Green Bay smoked you. Kansas City, you didn't even belong in the same state as them. And Tampa controlled you for 4 quarters. You were sort of close in that game, but not really. And Tampa's not that good of a team, let's be honest. He also said, let's focus on the fundamentals. All we can do is practice hard. That just sounds so high school to me. Like, fundamentals, really? Like, yeah, I know. You have to be fundamentally sound and have technique down. This is the NFL, man. Come on. Like, that's stuff you do in the offseason. The fact that we're still talking fundamentals in week 4, it's just sickening. And then who gets you today, like we said, I think we're building something special. Really? Like, I get it. You need to trust what you're doing, but, like, don't say that out loud. Again, I want someone to step forward and say, you know what? This has been garbage. This is not what the fans signed up for. This is not what we expected, and we are busting our ass to fix it. That's all I want to hear. I don't want to hear, we're close. Why, Coach? Why are you close? Because I've seen it before. I mean, it's just such loose tangents. Like, oh, yeah, when I was at the University of Missouri, I don't care. That's college football. When I was with the Indianapolis Colts, I don't care. You were the defensive coordinator. Now you're the head coach. Like, does this look close? Like, when you watch these games, do you feel like you're close to even being decent? I don't. I mean, look, I'd love to be wrong. I'd love for Chicago to hammer Denver on Sunday, turn around a few days later in Washington, beat them on Thursday Night Football, and, get this thing rolling. But until it happens, I'm not just going to buy into this coach speak anymore. Like, you got to prove it, man. You've lost 13 games in a row. You're not close. You're the worst team in the sport. You're not close to anything. You're not even close to being the second worst team. Like, you beat Denver, okay, you're there. Right now, you're not. Ugh, it's ugly, man. It is very, very ugly. Fill in the blank. How many games will the Bears win this year? The Bears will win blank games this year. You're 0-3. You've lost 13 in a row. You got 14 left. How many of 14 games are they going to win? It'll be more than 0, but I don't know when. They don't beat Denver this week. Might be a while. Fill in the blank. How many more games, or how many games, period, since the answer is 0 right now, will the Bears win? Okay, let's talk injuries here, and this does not help the cause as Jalen Johnson, Josh Blackwell, Eddie Jackson all did not practice on Thursday. I would be shocked if any of those three guys played on Sunday. Travis Homer was limited. He got added to the injury report with an ankle injury. He hasn't played on offense, but he's a key special teamer. Keep an eye on that. If he, for some reason, is out, maybe Deontay Foreman's active this week. We'll see. Good news is Tyreek Stevenson should be has been a full participant this week and should be good to go on Sunday. But bottom line is your secondary is going to get challenged. I mean, if you're out Jalen Johnson and Blackwell, you're already down Kyler Gordon. You're probably looking at Tyreek Stevenson, Terrell Smith, and Greg Stroman. It's probably your three corners. Ugh, not great. Not great, Jim. All right, subscribe to the channel. I'm not trying to be all doom and gloom, but I'm sick of some of the quotes we're hearing. Like, let's just go play some football. We'll have you guys covered on everything on a daily basis, so hit that subscribe button here on the channel.